So this is regarding DDH. Okay. So what do you mean by DDH? It is a developmental dysplasia of hip. Okay. So developmental dysplasia of hip, or it is also known as uh, developmental dysplasia of hip, or it may be known as congenital congenital developmental. Voice is audible to you. Not audible to you. Congenital means not audible. I change the direction. Now it's audible. Now it's audible or not audible? Okay, so CDH, what happened to CDH is first thing is DDH. So developmental dysplasia. Developmental means during development. Okay, dysplasia means there's a change in the anaplasia and dysplasia. There's a deformity or dysplasia. We can say dysplasia. Okay, so it is known as developmental dysplasia of hip. Okay, it is a pediatric issue in pediatric population where the baby is growing. Okay, it is also known as congenital dislocation of hip. Why it is known as congenital? Because it is mainly from birth. Okay, the problem arises in the congenital time. Okay, in the birth, from birth. Okay, dislocation is the hip. Actually, the hip bone is the femur head is in acetabulum. Dislocation means when the femur head comes out of the acetabulum. You see, okay, you see the this is the acetabulum. The head is coming out of the acetabulum. That is known as congenital dislocation of hip. Okay. Now, so the DDH is a spectrum of disease regarding hip. Okay. So the main importance is it's very common. So 1 in 1,000 born. Okay. Every 1,000 children, if every 1,000 one of the children would be associated with dislocated hip. Okay. So it's a very common thing. Okay. Mainly females are associated. Okay. So this is one thing which is so female, and it's very common. So it is a very common issue. Like every 1,000 one female will come with this issue DDH. Okay, where this is a laxicity of hip capsule. So hip capsule ki laxicity. We'll talk about hip capsule laxicity ahead. Okay, so DDH के साथ 4F is associated. So you see this 4F. So one is female, one is first born child, first born female, then foot presentation or breech presentation जिसको बोलते हैं. Okay, so presentation is something which you learn in gynec. So it is a breech presentation, head presentation, different type of presentation. So either you have a foot presentation or breech presentation. Okay, so both are associated with uh, DDH. Okay, then there's a family history. So all 4F is associated with DDH. Okay, so normally what happens is there is a crowding inside the uterus. So uterus ke inside wherever there is a crowding. Okay, so crowding can be because of oligohydramnios. Oligohydramnios means there's a less of the amniotic fluid. So that is known as oligohydramnios. So the main crux of having DDH is there is overcrowding inside the uterus. So you can have this oligohydramnios. Okay, you can have this foot or breech presentation where where there is more pressure on your hip. Okay, then female and firstborn child. While firstborn child is difficult, the labor is difficult in firstborn child. Okay, so firstborn female. Okay, oligohydramnios where there is crowding. Okay, then there is a breech or frank breech or foot presentation. Also there are some other issues which is associated with this intrauterine crowding. Okay, so intrauterine crowding is associated with other abnormalities, like there is a congenital dislocation of knee is also associated. This is a hip dislocation, but knee can be associated. Also there is a torticollis. Torticollis means turning of head to one side. Okay, So this all are associated. Okay, so you have to just remember overcrowding of the uterus. Okay, overcrowding of uterus, oligohydramnios. Okay, and 4F. Okay, now not important of all this. Breech presentation, you know that. Sorry. So what do you mean by subluxation and what do you mean by dislocation? So subluxation and dislocation, what is it? So this is a normal. Okay, so subluxation is slightly away from the joint. Okay, so joints is slightly, if it is moving out, it is known as subluxation. If it totally disconnected with the joint, it is known as dislocation. So there's a difference between subluxation and dislocation. So this is subluxation, where there is a contact between the joint and the head. Okay, if it is totally outside, it is dislocation. Okay, now uh, this is you known as dysplasia. Okay, so what do you mean by dysplasia? So normally, if the acetabulum is circular, okay, normally this is a circular acetabulum in which there is a femur head. Okay, so in dysplasia, what happens in sometimes the circularity of the acetabulum is affected, and now you see this straight of the obliquity of the acetabulum. So oblique the acetabulum will become shallow. Okay, it will become more like this. Okay, rather than becoming a more cupping of the acetabulum. Okay, it will become more shallow. Okay, whenever there is a shallowness of acetabulum, there is a chance of more dislocation. Okay, so there is a dysplasia going inside. Okay, which leads to the deformity of the acetabulum also. So acetabulum may be deformed, or maybe head can be deformed. Okay, so that is dysplasia. Okay, loss of acetabular concavity. So this is important, loss of acetabular concavity. Okay, so this, okay, now this is, oh God, who is coming? All that. Okay, so what is this location? I already told you. So see this one. This is a pediatric hip. Okay, so this is a pediatric hip. This is the acetabulum. Okay, you can see this is acetabulum. Okay, and this is the head. Okay, this is head. This is ossification center of head. Okay, yeah, this is neck. Okay, and this is the shaft. Okay, so it is inside. If you see, it is inside the acetabulum. Okay, so how will you see the acetabulum? So this is acetabulum outer boundary, this is the inner boundary. Okay, so this is within the boundaries of the acetabulum. Okay, now this is the acetabulum. Okay, so if you see, this is the acetabulum, इसका boundary यहाँ तक खत्म होता है. Okay, or this may be maximum this, but it is away from this, so it is a dislocated from the acetabulum circularity. Okay, so this is dislocation. Now the associated conditions I had already. So see, this pick is very important. So this guy is having breech presentation or maybe foot presentation. The other associated anomaly is associated with CDH. So CDH is something which is a congenital issue. Congenital problems are associated with a spectra of problems. Okay, so it's not like a single problem. They are associated with the amalgamation or spectra of other problems because of the overcrowding in the uterus. So overcrowding in uterus is there, oligohydramnios is there. You can have this breech presentation or foot presentation. In foot, there may be some, because there is overcrowding in the uterus now, so every organ is somewhere defected. So there may be some congenital dislocation of the knee joint because of the pressure. In foot, there may be metatarsus adductus. Metatarsus adductus means metatarsal जो होते हैं adduction में चले जाते हैं. Adduction means inside. तो मेटाटार्सस एडक्शन हो सकते हैं, कैल्केनियो वेल्गस हो सकता है. देन नेक में दे कैन हैव टॉर्टिकोलिस और प्लेगियोसेफाली इज एक साइड का जो फेस होता है, द फेशियल डिफॉर्मिटी इज नोन एज प्लेगियोसेफाली. Because of the pressure from the uterus, it can happen. So consider this as a uterus. Okay, consider this as a uterus which inside which the baby is there. Okay, and from everywhere the uterus is pushing pressure. So if you putting pressure on your face, there is a plagiocephaly. Putting pressure on neck, there is a torticollis. Then putting pressure on foot, there is a metatarsus adductus or valgus, calcaneo valgus, whatever. Then knee pe pressure put kiya, then it can be a congenital dislocation of knee. Then hip pe, if they are putting pressure, it is a congenital dislocation of hip. So all factors are associated because of overcrowding. Okay. So most important thing is you have to remember all this. Okay. So torticollis and most of the conditions are associated. Okay. Now So what are the theories behind why this CDH happens? Okay, why this congenital dislocation of hip happens? One theory is you have already overcrowding of the uterus. Okay, the other crowding is there is a hormone induced laxity. So intrauterine there is a hormone which is known as a relaxin. Okay, so relaxin as per the hormone name, it is a relaxing hormone. So it relaxes the whole baby. The whole baby, everything is relaxed. Okay, so joint laxicity हो जाता है. Okay, so hormone induced there is a laxicity of the joint. Because there is a hormone induced laxicity, there is more chance of dislocation. So if your joints are more lax, okay, more lax or more what is malleable, it is more chance to having dislocation. So because of hormonal induced laxicity, there may be chances of increased dislocation. The other theory is acetabular dysplasia. What I have told you, कि ऐसा cup के जगह it will become more shallow. As it will become more shallow, there is more chance of dislocation. Okay. Genetic, everywhere there is genetic and there is a mechanical factor. So these are the whole. So many guys or students have the ligamentum laxicity. Okay. So these are the signs where you can check that in your body there is ligamentous laxicity or not. So if you stand on your leg, okay, you cannot do this. Okay, so this is a way of doing what is a hyperextension of knee. So many guys have this type of they can do this voluntarily hyperextension of knee. Okay, so hyperextension of knee is very common in ligamentous laxity. Then up to a limit, after that you cannot do dorsiflexion, but people can touch their toes to their shin of tibia. Okay, many guys can do this. They can touch this toe to their shin of tibia. So that is ligamental laxity sign. Then there is two other one. You can put your fingers on touch your fingers in the dorsum of your radius ulna. You can do this. Okay. The other thing is you can touch you from your thumb. You can go and touch the palmar side of your radius ulna. Okay. Then hyperextension of elbow. So these are the ways to check how much ligamentous laxity you have. Out of out of 50 or 100 guys, I think one or two guys have this ligamentous laxity. So ligamentous laxity is one of the theory behind the this. And other thing is acetabular dysplasia. That's why it's known as dysplasia of hip. Okay, genetic inheritance you already know. Now this. So CDH is mainly affecting girls. So that's a bad part. Okay. So they are affecting girls. Okay. Bilateral क्यों होता है? Because it is a congenital thing. Okay. There's a overcrowding, so it can be bilateral. Okay. Now, so there in Perthes we had learned AB deformity. AB का problem था. AB baby Perthes. Okay. Rest, but this is DDH. DDH में ये problem होता है. AB abduction and external rotation का problem होता है. So most of the hip pathologies have this deformity. Most of, not Perthes, SCFE and other deformity have AB baby. Okay. Everyone have AB baby except one, that is DDH. Okay. So DDH में या CDH में you have ABE. So I can put like this ABCDE. Okay. So you just remember this ABCD. So AB CD is wise अपना CDH का CD. Okay. And E is external rotation. So you can have abduction and external rotation. So ABCDE, you just remember this word ABCDE. So AB is abduction, CD is CDH ka CDH, and E for external rotation. So you will never forget this ABCDE. For rest, it is ABI. Okay. For rest, it is ABI. For rest of the hip pathology, it is ABI deformity where abduction and internal rotation limitations रहता है. Except this CDH where you have ABCDE. So abduction and external rotation का issue होता है. Okay. Hope you guys understand this. So so this now. So you have this restriction. So ABE का restrictions होता है. Okay. Now asymmetric thigh folds. I will show you all pics of this. Asymmetric thigh folds होते हैं, gluteal folds होते हैं. CDH have this restriction. Okay. The rest have ABI restricted. Okay. So this is very important. So it is a very important. For MCQ pattern, this is very important. So ABCDE. Okay. ABCDE in CDH ABE restricted. The rest SCFE and Perthes AB restricted. Now this is very important. So what is vascular sign of Narath? Vascular sign of Narath क्या होता है? In femoral artery, so femoral artery is palpated against the femoral the femur head. Okay, so femoral artery we palpate against femur head. Okay, that is known as vascular sign of Narat. Okay, in CDH, what happens? The femur get dislocated, so there is no femur head in that area. Okay, there is no femur. The femur head gone posteriorly. Okay, so while checking from femoral artery, you cannot palpate the femoral artery, or you cannot palpate against some bony edges. Okay, so you will feel feeble pulsation. Okay, or you can have no pulsation. So vascular sign of Narat is positive. Okay, absent. जिसको बोलते हैं absent है, sign you cannot find. Then while walking, both hips get dislocated to posteriorly. So posteriorly चल जाता है. There is no head in the acetabulum. So the walking would be like sailor's gait or duck gait. Okay. Short stature क्यों होता है? Because see, this is your acetabulum. यहाँ पे normally head रहता है. This is your distance. Okay. Now this is going dislocated इधर हो जाता है. Okay. So the height would decrease. Okay. So height obviously decreases because see, this is your acetabulum. अभी यहाँ से we can measure this distance. Okay. Now as soon as the head get dislocated up, so now the distance is this one. So obviously there looks like a short stature. Okay. Exaggerated lumbar lordosis. Okay. So we'll see some pictures related to this, and then we'll again come back to the clinical thing. Okay. So see, this is a waddling gait. Okay, I will show you this duck gait. So see this duck gait. First you see duck gait. Okay, cannot play media. Oh god. Okay, okay, okay. This is waddling gait. You see. Sorry guys, it's not working. Okay, I will show you to some other like that. Just wait. So confused. So this is your waddling gait. Okay, so in waddling gait, the the uh, the patient walks like sailor's gait. Okay, so this is they walk like duck's gait. इसको बोलते हैं duck gait. Okay, so they walk like one leg at a time and the other ऐसा. Okay, so see this is a duck or sailor's gait बोलते हैं. Okay, so this is a duck gait, sailor's gait or waddling gait बोलते हैं. Okay, so this walking or not? Okay, okay, so I will send this video later on. Okay, so waddling gait बोलते हैं इसको. So it walk like a this duck gait. Okay, so duck gait or sailor's gait or waddling gait bolte hain. So sailors is, if you see this Pirates of Caribbean, you see how this guy Jack Sparrow walk. Okay, so the typical walking of a sailor's gait. Okay, or waddling gait or duck gait bolte hain isko. It's mainly common in CDH where you got this bilaterally hip dislocation. Okay, so bilaterally hip dislocation is the gait is same. Okay, so because see there is a hyperlordosis. Why there is a hyperlordosis? Okay, I will show you why there is hyperlordosis. Because see this acetabulum से यहाँ head रहता है normally. Okay, because this head has dislocated to and come to this position. Okay, so because of the head going into back. Okay, ये normal acetabulum से निकल के पीछे चला जाता है. So because of this there is a hyperlordosis to compensate for that. So hyperlordosis the statue attitude रहेगा. Okay, now this is something which is why so normally what happens in initial phase there is a shallow acetabulum and normally the hip get dislocated. Okay, now while if you are trying to relocate the hip, okay, it's very difficult to relocate the hip because there are some many factors inside the acetabulum which will not allow the hip to come and relocate. So these are the factors. What is the important factors? So first thing is the two muscles which are already pushing your hip bone or the femur away from the acetabulum. One is your adductors. So what does adductors do? They are adductors are very, so once you dislocate it, okay. So your adductors are very stretched out, okay. And because of the adductors tightness, so adductors become tight. So it will won't allow you to come inside, okay. The other thing is iliopsoas tendon. So both inside are okay. So inside are मतलब कैसा हो गया? So this is your head, okay. This is your head. This is your LT, okay. This is your GT. यहाँ GT हो गया, ये LT हो गया. So this LT is there. So these are pushing inside. So adductor is pushing inside. Iliopsoas is putting inside. This is your acetabulum, okay. So it goes inside. So medially भी dislocate हो सकता है. So because of these two strong muscles, it is dislocated medially, okay. So this won't allow him to come again to the acetabulum. So these two tendons important hai pehla, okay, iliopsoas and adductor. Now there is other thing intra-articular. Inside the joint there is something going on. Okay, so one is, you know this one, एक ligamentum teres, you know. So ligamentum teres is यहाँ से ऐसा joint आता है from head, it will go inside to the acetabulum. So this is known as ligamentum teres. So once it get dislocated na, so because of the dislocation, the ligamentum teres also go away with the femur head. So इतना ऐसा big हो जाता है. Now it will become big. Okay, it will become big and it will like cover this whole acetabulum. So because there is a less space because of the thickened ligamentum teres. So ligamentum teres क्या हो जाता है? Thick हो जाता है and it won't allow the head to come inside. The same happens to the transverse acetabular ligament. So inside acetabulum there is a ligament which is known as tal. Tal बोलते हैं इसको, transverse acetabular ligament. So ये ligament भी thick हो जाते हैं in absence of head. Because of the absence of head, it will also become like that. Okay. So tal and ligamentum teres, these both ligaments won't allow the head to come inside. The same action with the tendons. So एक बार कोई आदमी like you think yourself as a hostelite, okay. If your room partner goes out of your hostel for some day, you don't want him to come back, okay. You will create all type of troubles to them. The same happens to the acetabulum. So acetabulum के जो ligaments होते हैं, transverse acetabular ligament, ligamentum teres, these start creating problems. So they will become hypertrophy or thick, so that once the head will come, they will show that there is no space inside, okay. The same action for the muscles. So muscles are pulling and they won't allow to go ahead, okay. So these are the problems which are obstacles to the relocations of the reduction, okay. So this is the, see, these are the problems, okay. I will show you what I want to show you. So see, this is your acetabulum. So this is your acetabulum, okay. This is your acetabulum. So acetabulum is very small. The head get dislocated outside, okay. So head get dislocated outside. Now this ligamentum teres, which arises from the acetabular head, had become big, okay. Had become already big, okay. Now this won't allow it to come inside, okay. Then there is a labrum. So labrum is, labrum एस्टाबुलम का पार्ट होता है which got inverted. ये अंदर की तरफ ऐसा एक conical. So because of this ऐसा रहता है. The ligamentum labrum will become like this, okay. ऐसा बन जाता है, okay. Now यहाँ पे तुम्हारा head है, okay. So it will act like a resistance to the head to come inside. So it will act as a resistance. So labrum जो होता है, it will again act as a resistance so that the head will not come inside. Okay. So these all play part there so that head will not come inside. Okay. So what are the complications? So since head is not coming inside, okay, obviously since head is not coming inside, okay, there is the avian of the femur head. Why avian in the femur head? Because the head blood supply is all through the, whenever head is in the acetabulum, the femur blood supply is going on. As soon as it goes outside, it will disrupt many blood vessels. So obviously avian is the main important. Then trochanteric overgrowth is there, okay, that's okay. Inadequate reduction, reload dislocation, we know. Acetabular dysplasia, we know. Acetabular dysplasia, we know. So this all is bullshit. Okay. Now there are many tests. We'll go ahead. So see, this is a skin fold asymmetry. Okay. So whenever you see this is a normal foot. The other leg you see there is a lot of asymmetry. So why there is asymmetry? Because of the dislocation, because of the dislocation of hip. So this hip has gone up. ये hip ऊपर चला जाता है स्टेबुलम के साथ, and this hip is here. Okay. So because of the hip going up, because of the short stature. So short stature होता है तो skin में there is a folds because they had to come. Earlier the skin is long. Okay. Now they had to compensate for the small bone. So there is a skin. ये skin के सारे ये marks रहते हैं. So there are many skin folds. So see this skin fold asymmetry. This side and this side you can have more skin folds. Okay, so there is asymmetry in the skin folds. Okay, so this is skin fold asymmetry where you find in CDH. Now there is a Galeazzi test. So in Galeazzi test, what happens? Galeazzi test is the same principle. We usually keep both legs, both knees together. Okay, so one knee would be smaller than the other knee. Why? Because your head has gone up. Because your head has gone up, your knee would be in the lower direction. So this is a Galeazzi sign. Okay, so in Galeazzi sign, one knee would be in the lower, will be less heightened than the other one. So this is normal. This is the affected limb. Okay, so this is known as Galeazzi sign. Okay. Now this is one. There's two tests. I will tell you what is the test. What is Barlow? Okay, Barlow. You remember this as a bad. Okay. So what is Barlow and what is Ortolani? There's two tests. Okay. I don't know who is coming out. So Ortolani, this is Ortolani and this is Barlow. There is two tests. So Ortolani, one is Barlow is adduction and Ortolani is abduction. So I will tell you what is abduction. So if so, see this type of picture. Okay, whenever you are doing abduction, so you flex the knee. Okay, you flex the knee of the baby and you do abduction. As soon as you start doing abduction, this hip will come anteriorly. The hip, this femur head will come anteriorly. So whenever you doing abduction, after a certain amount, this this is the this is the location. So this is would be coming out anteriorly. So while doing abduction, the femur head will come anteriorly. So this is Ortolani test. Okay. So so this is a way of dislocation. So if a baby with a CDH and he is normal, okay. So baby with a CDH, there is a chance of dislocation of hip. You go, you hold the leg into this position in the knee into 90 degree and you try to dislocate by doing abduction. Okay. Whenever you are doing abduction, the hip will come anteriorly. So this is a way of positive test is means it is dislocating to anteriorly. Okay. So this is Ortolani test. Okay. The other test is Barlow test. Okay, so this Barlow test. So where once it when it got dislocated anteriorly in Ortolani, the Barlow you will do adduction. So while doing adduction, it will go posteriorly dislocation. So adduction and pushing it down. So while you are adducting and pushing down, it will dislocate posteriorly. So there is a posterior dislocation. This is a Barlow test. So Barlow is bad. Okay, so Barlow is adduction. Once you do adduction, you will obviously push to. So both test is to check whether the hip can be dislocated or not can be dislocated. And both these tests, Barlow and Ortolani, is done in initially 3 months. Okay, after 3 months, it's very difficult to do this test. So as soon as the baby get delivered or baby is born, this test can be done. So up to 3 months, this test can be done, Barlow and Ortolani. This is just to check whether it is dislocatable or not dislocatable. Okay, so Barlow and Ortolani, one is abduction and anterior dislocation, one is adduction, is a posterior dislocation. Okay, so this is pistoning, this is telescoping test. I told you what is telescoping test. So telescoping में क्या करते हैं? We just pull and push, ऐसा pull push करते हैं. So if it is in अगर estabulum में अगर head में रहता है, head is in estabulum, you cannot do this telescoping test. But if your head is outside your estabulum, then you can perform because there is nothing which can stop the estabulum, the femur head. Okay, so this is telescoping test. So telescoping test where you can pull push. Okay, since there is no estabulum, there is no restriction. Okay, so the telescoping test can be done. Okay. Now Trendelenburg says so every hip pathology you can have Trendelenburg test. Okay, so nothing new. Now these are the 2-3 lines you have to remember in this CDH. Okay, so you just remember the name. I will show you how to remember. So there's a Perkin line, there is a Hillgranger line, there is a Shenton's line, there is a Stabler index. So these are all our lines you have to remember for MCQ purpose. Hillgranger, Perkin, Shenton's and Stabler index. Okay, then there is a von Rosen line. Okay, ये एक X-ray का एक appearance होता है where you have to do von Rosen line. Okay, so what you do, ये femur के you go a line, you extend a line centrally to the femur head, and normally in normal patient it divides or it bisects the estabulum. But if it is going out above estabulum, that means it is dislocated. So normally acetabulum को cut करते हुए जाता है, but if it is dislocated, it is going above acetabulum. Okay, this is von Rosen line. Then how to do screening if the in baby in I think not in India, at least in India is not permanent, but outside there is a screening of baby for CDH. So every baby should be screened for CDH. Okay, so how to screen? You have to do sonography. So sonography, by sonography you do screening of CDH. There's 2 3 angle you should just know: alpha angle, beta angle. Okay, alpha angle and beta angle is important in sonography for CDH. Okay, now so how to start treating? Okay, so you do a sonography, you do x-ray. With x-ray you had a von Rosen x-ray. Then sonography you do this alpha beta graph angles. Now so initially there is some type of splint. Okay, so what happens is, so initially the head is going to dislocate. Okay, so you have to put the head into such position so that the dislocation is decreased, or it cannot be dislocated. Okay, so these are two Pavlik harness. This type of splint is there, brace is there, and one is von Rosen splint. In both, the hip is in abduction so that it cannot be dislocated. Okay. Then in 6 to 8, then there is a cast which is a bachelor's cast or frog leg cast. Okay. This is the cast. Okay. Then there is osteotomy. So osteotomy is VRDO बोलते हैं उसको, varus derotational femoral osteotomy बोलते हैं. Okay. So this is a whole summary of the CDH. Okay, so this is, see, this is a, I will tell you what this is: a bachelor. So it is a bachelor cast. This is a frog leg cast. Okay, this is a Rose sign. Okay, this is a Perkins line. Then Pemberton. I will show you.